many of the children we support, if they have football shirts, they'll probably be second-hand, or maybe from a previous season. So for many of these children, when we're able to deliver these brand new Scotland strips to them in time for the Euros, this will be probably the first time many of them will receive a brand new straight out of the packet strip. You can just imagine what the excitement in the houses about the country are going to be in those moments.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I love, Duncan, your phrase that you use on the podcast. I'll start it, you finish it. Football is not the most important thing.
But it's probably the most important, non-important thing.
And do you feel like this is a real opportunity, and it couldn't be better timed, could it, the Euros, in terms of lifting the country after such a tough start, tough year that we've had?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're Scotland, so we've got to be realistic. I don't think we're quite going to go out and win it all, but I think that it's an opportunity. I think that I just remember how together we kind of all felt at France 98, and running really fast home from school to get home for that first game against Brazil, and just that feeling of unity that the country had. And so hopefully we can do that as much as possible for everyone coming this summer.
And tell us the news, or what you understand from the announcement yesterday. The First Minister was asked, wasn't she, about the prospect of having fans in stadiums for these Scotland matches. As far as you know, how is that going to work?
So I believe that the Scottish Football Association has to make a submission to UEFA, and then I think they decide by Friday exactly how everything's going to work. But I think it was a suggestion of about 20 to 25% of Camden being able to accommodate fans safely, which I think would be fantastic. I think that we will all got used to having to watch football via a laptop or a tablet or what have you, but the idea that Scotland could be its first major tournament without the Tartan Army just feels very odd.
And how do the allocation of tickets even work? I mean, everybody, they hear that the stadiums are going to be reopened, even, somewhat, portions of it. How that will sort of work out? Will that be people who have, kind of be on a waiting list? How will that work, do you think?
So I believe that people have tickets already at the moment, so I'd imagine that is a headache for someone that's paid probably a lot more than I am. So I would imagine there'll be some sort of balloting system. I would hope that it allows as many fans as possible to do it in the most fair way. Obviously, we even want a case where it's those that can afford it the most to be able to go, that it should be done sort of in an equal manner.
Okay, and going back to the fundraising to trying to kit as many kids out as you can, your initial goal was to get sort of £5,000 worth of shirts, is that right?
Yeah, it is, yeah, and I'm just looking, I've got the page up at the moment, and we're on 82%, so we've raised 4,192, which is on our Just Giving page, and that's absolutely fantastic. Kind of blown away by the generosity of people so far.
And how many kids would that sort of mean, getting a brand new Scotland shirt?
So we're not entirely sure. We're kind of in discussions with GD Sport, who are the supplier of the Scottish national kit. So we are hopeful that they're going to help us do a deal and not not necessarily do the price at the full price that is in the shops. So but we're. I suppose the main message is the more we raise, the more kids we can help.
And for people who would like to tune into the podcast, tell us how often it drops and how people can access it.
Yeah, it's all the usual podcast platforms, but it's our website is also terracepodcast.net, which has got all the latest episodes going, and we're put a show out every Tuesday and Thursday.
Brilliant.
Sorry, Monday and Thursday.
Monday, get it right, Duncan, for goodness sake.
I know.
Well, listen, congratulations on that. You're doing a great job. Absolutely brilliant initiative. That's Duncan Mackay, panellist on the Terrace podcast, and also thanks to the Director of Fundraising for Children First, who's a big part of that campaign as well, Gary Kernahan, for joining us this morning.
Join me, John Beattie, for Drive Time Where does that play into that thinking?
We have the vaccines available now. They're a highly effective tool.
News and discussion on the top stories.
It's going to be a very different election, isn't it?
This is a campaign dominated by the two C's, COVID and the Constitution.
What do you make of this?
Definitely eat less fat, eat less calories.
A PhD on the Eurovision Song Contest from Glasgow University. What a course this is, my friend.
Indeed, and it's literally changed my life.
Drive Time with John Beattie.
It's the end of the day. Things have happened. But here's the question. What did it all mean?
Back today from 4 on BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to BBC Radio Scotland with Jackie Bramble. Still to come this morning around 10:30. Time for our Song for You feature. We're going to be hearing from another listener who wants to pay public tribute to somebody very special in their life with a great piece of music of their choice. So if that sounds like something you would like to do, if there's someone you would like to thank, acknowledge, dedicate a special tune to, you can get in touch now. Just text us on 80295. And after shoe polish gets the boots at supermarket, no longer required, thank you very much, after this bizarre year we've lived through, we're talking about the products that are losing out during the pandemic and the ones that are on the rise.
Got something to say? Text 80295. Standard message rates apply.
Mornings on BBC Radio Scotland.
Well, it's that time again on a Wednesday morning. Yep, the Court of Karen is back in session and our judge is here, Karen Mackenzie. It's time for the trial. Good morning, good morning.
Morning to you. I'm just listening to the music. What's that? What's that insult?
I think we're playing.
I can't make out the lyrics of.
I think we're playing the remix version. We're just
right.
We're just mixing up a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm laughing. I think it was Rory that came on to me to say when he was listening just before I came on here, said, "Are you hoovering or something?" Big racket in the background, and it's actually, I don't know why, but every Wednesday I choose to do a washing. I'm not sure why. It's the weather, and it was hammering in a spin. And I remember someone else saying, "Have you got a tractor going through your living room?" So clearly it's quite a noisy spin I've got. So but we can't hear it now. I've moved.
There's some deep-rooted psychological reason that you feel compelled to do that, Karen. We'll have to investigate that one.
It's good weather on a Wednesday.
We've got a very topical conundrum, haven't we, this week?
Yes, we're talking Easter eggs. So, we're going to ask this morning. Well, basically, it's all about children getting perhaps too many cream eggs or too many Easter eggs. And so what we're asking is, this mum is saying, "I wish family members would check with me before buying the kids Easter eggs. Am I being unreasonable?" So lots of families, I'm sure lots of kids have had lots of eggs. Absolutely. Still getting through them.
Tons of them. But okay, well, let's have a listen to the dilemma in full.
I have two kids, 8 and 5, and they are so lucky to be bought lovely presents by our big family. The thing is, when it comes to Easter, their grandparents, aunties and cousins all buy them Easter eggs. This year they've ended up with 10 each, and that is no exaggeration. I've put some away and explained to them that they can get them later in the week, but I really wish they would just check with me first. What happened to Easter being about the good old-fashioned decorating an egg and rolling it down the hill? I know they only want to buy them out of love, especially this year not seeing each other as much, but it's just too much chocolate. I want to suggest a system for buying them eggs so that they don't get too much. Is that a good idea, or am I just being unreasonable?
Well, also joining us this morning to give us their take on the matter, we've got a columnist, broadcaster and Auntie Josie Smith. Morning, Josie. Thank you very much indeed for weighing in here. Let's start off with, first of all, Karen, your gut instinct on this is what?
Well, I was just hearing that woman saying, and I'll keep them back for later in the week. Later in the week! Later in the month, later in the year, I would say. I'm totally with this mum. Honestly, I mean, what is wrong with people that they insist on shoving chocolate into kids' faces?